These days, there are many choices in private aviation. Once you've decided to fly privately, the next step is choosing your method: whole ownership, fractional ownership, jet card, or charter. Let's take a look at the various options. Owning your own plane is undoubtedly the most expensive option. Not only do you need to purchase the aircraft, but you need to pay for the maintenance and crew. You can outsource these costs and even offer your plane for charter when you're not using it. The biggest benefit is that you're in full control of the plane, crew, and itinerary. The biggest downside is that it's extremely expensive. You also have no flexibility to switch aircraft if your travel distance or number of passengers varies. Fractional ownership means you purchase a fraction of the aircraft along with several other owners. Each owner has access to the aircraft for a limited number of hours each year. For example, if you purchase a 1/4 share, you receive 200 hours of flight time each year. After 5 years, you sell your share back to your provider based on the market rate. While it's far less expensive than whole ownership, there are other costs to consider. In addition to your buy-in costs, there are monthly maintenance costs and hourly operational costs when you use the plane. When you're ready to fly, simply call to reserve and they'll guarantee availability within 4 to 8 hours at any airport. Jet cards are the simplest option. Like a debit card, you make an initial deposit which is drawn down as you use the card. When you've used your allotment, your contract is done and you simply buy another card. There is no plane purchase or sale. There are no monthly maintenance costs. The full cost of travel is included in your hourly rate. It's important to note, with the fractional and jet card formats, you are only charged for the time you are on the plane. The provider does not charge you to get the plane to your departure point or for empty return flights. Lastly, we'll look at the traditional flight charter. When chartering a flight, you book each trip as a separate contract. Unlike the other options, there is no guaranteed availability, and pricing can fluctuate based on availability and market conditions. With charter, you explicitly pay for all costs associated with that flight, though it still may be the least expensive option. Your choice depends on you, your wealth, travel preferences, trip profiles, and more. For many flyers, the final decision involves 2 or more formats. Some will own a large plane and use a jet card for shorter regional trips. Others use both fractional programs and traditional charter depending on trip requirements. To learn more, download our independent guide to private jet travel. It includes a list of questions to determine which format fits you best. We evaluate each format based on cost, complexity, commitment, consistency, capability, and comfort. The guide has comparison tables and charts and special tips for getting the most out of your plan. There's also a list of key due diligence questions to help you negotiate the best deal. And while you're at our site, check out our profiles of aircraft and providers. You'll find news, reviews by other readers, and online tools to find the right jet and the right provider for your next flight. We'll help you cut through the hype and get to a good decision.